General Hospital, spoilers, tease, that Valentine may be hours away from pulling off the most dangerous rescue mission we've seen in a long time. And guys, I honestly think the craziest part is that Sidwell basically handed him the key without realizing it. Because the second I heard Jocelyn was being hidden inside Sidwell's castle, my brain immediately went somewhere else. Not to Cassius, not even to Carly at first. I kept thinking about Valentine. That castle used to belong to him. And if you ask me, that changes everything. Cassius thinks Jocelyn is trapped somewhere nobody could ever reach her. He has her locked inside a secret basement cell beneath the castle, surrounded by security guards, cameras, sealed hallways, locked entrances, all of it. The place is practically a stone nightmare now. Sidwell turned it into a fortress. And honestly, for a minute there, I could almost understand why Cassius felt untouchable. Because from the outside, this plan probably looks airtight. But here's the problem. The castle remembers Valentine. And no, I don't mean that in some poetic, dramatic way. I mean literally. Valentine lived there. He knew every hallway, every hidden passage, every buried tunnel running underneath those walls. We are talking about a man who could probably walk through that place blindfolded. That is what makes this so dangerous for Sidwell, because all the modern security in the world means nothing if the person breaking in already knows the skeleton of the building better than you do. Guys, that detail right there is what hooked me. Because suddenly this isn't just a rescue story anymore. It turns into a ghost story almost. Valentine slipping back into the place that used to belong to him while Sidwell sits there thinking he's in control. I'm sorry, but that's good soap. That's the kind of setup GH used to thrive on. Meanwhile, Carly is forced into a situation she probably never imagined she'd agree to. And honestly, I don't think she trusts Valentine at all. You could feel it. This is still a fugitive she's dealing with. A man being hunted by the police and the WSB. One mistake from him could destroy everything. But then Valentine tells her he knows where Jocelyn is being held, and suddenly Carly has no real choice left. That's the thing about being a parent on this show. The second your child is in danger, logic starts collapsing. Fear takes over. So Carly and Valentine make this quiet little agreement that honestly feels like it could explode at any second. Valentine saves Jocelyn. Carly saves Anna. Simple plan, on paper, absolute chaos underneath it. And I actually love that they split the mission like this because it makes sense. Valentine cannot go near the psychiatric facility himself. The second somebody sees his face, it's over. Police, WSB, alarms, everything crashes down instantly. Carly, though, Carly can walk in there naturally. Nobody's going to panic if she visits Anna. That's the loophole. While all this is happening, Cassius is completely relaxed, which honestly makes this even better for me because villains always get sloppy once they think they've already won. He truly believes Jocelyn is hidden in the safest room imaginable. A secret underground prison erased from the current blueprints. A room nobody knows exists. Except Valentine designed parts of that basement years ago. That part matters so much. Because now Valentine isn't invading enemy territory. He's navigating memory. I can already picture those scenes in my head, and honestly, they sound incredible. Valentine moving silently through dark hallways while guards pass within inches of him. Cameras barely missing him. Hidden stone doors sliding open. Old tunnels beneath the castle walls. Guys, tell me that doesn't sound tense as hell. And what makes it even more interesting is that Valentine doesn't need to smash his way through anything. He knows exactly where to go. Which hallway avoids security? Which corridor leads nowhere? Which ventilation shaft connects to the holding area below? If you ask me, that's the scariest kind of person to go against. somebody who already knows your house better than you do. And then there's the emotional side of it, because I think people are overlooking how broken Jocelyn probably is by this point. Cassius has been psychologically wearing her down. He keeps convincing her nobody knows where she is. Nobody's coming. Nobody can find her. And worse, he's already planning to move her somewhere else before Sonny or Carly get close. So imagine Jocelyn sitting there in that underground cell believing she's completely alone. Then suddenly the door opens and Valentine walks in. Guys, that moment alone could carry the entire episode, because Valentine is probably the last person Jocelyn expected to see. You can almost picture the confusion on her face. For half a second, she probably thinks she's hallucinating from stress. But Valentine immediately shuts it down because there's no time for emotions. No time for questions. Guards are about to rotate. Every second matters now. And honestly, I think the scene works better because Valentine stays calm. He's not over dramatic. He's focused. Cold almost. That tension where somebody is whispering while danger is everywhere around them, that always works for me way more than screaming and explosions. He gets Jocelyn moving through the castle using hidden routes only he knows about. Secret corridors. Narrow passages behind stone walls. Old escape tunnels leading toward the forest behind the property. The entire time, Cassius still thinks his prisoner is downstairs. That's insane. And while Valentine is navigating literal darkness inside the castle, Carly is pulling off her own dangerous performance somewhere else. This part actually made me nervous the more I thought about it, because Carly walks into that psychiatric facility carrying coffee and food like she's just there to support Anna. Totally calm. Totally normal. Meanwhile, the coffee has sedatives Valentine prepared beforehand hidden inside it. That is such a risky plan. One guard notices something weird. Done. One person refuses coffee. Done. One nurse recognizes Carly acting strange. Done. Everything falls apart immediately. And poor Carly has to stand there pretending nothing's wrong while waiting for the drugs to kick in. I swear those kinds of scenes are sometimes more stressful than physical action because it's all about timing. You're just waiting for somebody to notice the wrong thing. But eventually the guards start fading, one by one losing focus until they collapse. That's when Carly finally moves. She gets Anna's door open, but Anna hesitates. And honestly, I liked that detail because it feels realistic. Anna knows escaping could make the accusations against her even worse. Running makes people look guilty even when they're not. But then Carly tells her the truth. Valentine is risking his life right now to save Jocelyn. Anna is the other half of the plan. And I think that's the exact moment Anna emotionally freezes. Because after everything Valentine and Anna went through, after all the pain and distance and damage between them, he still came back for her. He still chose her safety over his own freedom. That changes the entire emotional weight of the storyline for me. You can hate Valentine's choices sometimes. We all can. But moments like this remind you why people still care about him. Meanwhile, the castle situation is becoming a disaster upstairs. Cassius eventually goes down to check on Jocelyn, and suddenly the room is empty. No broken locks. No alarms. No dead guards. Nothing. Guys, imagine that panic hitting him all at once. Because immediately there's only one explanation that makes sense. Only one person alive could walk through that castle without leaving destruction behind. Valentine. And the second Cassius realizes that, I think real fear finally hits him for the first time. Then Sidwell finds out. And honestly, that may be the moment this whole storyline transforms into something much bigger. Because now this isn't just about Jocelyn escaping captivity. Sidwell's pride has been shattered. Valentine infiltrated his fortress right under his nose. He used the castle itself against him. If you ask me, men like Sidwell don't forgive humiliation like that, especially public humiliation. That's why I don't think this story ends with the rescue. I think this rescue starts a war. And the really dangerous part, Valentine already proved he can reach Sidwell anywhere he wants.
Goodbye. Please like, subscribe, and comment on the GH Spoilers Daily channel.